Hello and welcome to Winging It. I'm Erica Perl. I'm a children's book author, and every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I host Winging It. And during Winging It, I read one of my books, and usually we do some sort of activity, and it's a lot of fun. Please tune in every week. So today, I'm going to be reading Arnold and Louise, The Great Louweezie. This is the first book of my Arnold and Louise series. Which is about two friends named, you're not going to believe this, Arnold and Louise. Arnold is this one here. He is a big brown bear, and Louise is this one here. She is a small brown chipmunk. They are best friends, although you will find that they think about things and see the world very differently. In honor of Arnold and Louise, I am wearing, you might have noticed, my lovely cape. The thing about Louise is Louise likes to pretend, and she likes to dress up. And so for Louise, anything that you can drape on your shoulders could be a cape. And in addition to that, anything that you could hold up in the air and use to make magic, like this stick, could be a magic wand. And so I will encourage you to get your capes, get your magic wands, and join me as we read Arnold and Louise, The Great Louweezie together. And you will notice that this book was illustrated by the incredibly talented Chris Chatterton. He did these beautiful illustrations, and it is published by Penguin Workshop, which makes wonderful books and which is the publisher of this one and all the other Arnold and Louise books. Arnold and Louise, The Great Louweezie by Erica S. Perl, illustrated by Chris Chatterton. Chapter 1. Oh, did I not mention? This is a chapter book we're going to read together. Chapter 1. Oh dear, said Arnold when he looked outside. Arnold and his best friend Louise had been planning to have a picnic. The dark clouds suggested otherwise. Arnold went to Louise's house to tell her the bad news. But when he got there, he found his sign. The Great Louweezie sees all. She can predict the future. 10 cents, please. Louise, called Arnold. There is no one here by that name, said a voice. Louise? Arnold asked again. I am not Louise, she said, storming out. I am the Great Louweezie. I can predict the future. Arnold raised an eyebrow. I came to tell you that we can't have our picnic today, he said. It looks like rain. Today is not a day for picnics, announced the Great Louweezie. Correct, said Arnold. Aha! The Great Louweezie put out her hand. 10 cents, please. Arnold shook his head. You don't have 10 cents, said the Great Louweezie. I knew it. The Great Louweezie sees all. The Great Louweezie knows all. Okay, your greatness, said Arnold. What am I thinking about now? Inside his pocket, his fingers found his lucky marble. The Great Louweezie stared deep into Arnold's eyes. What if she says a marble? Arnold wondered. Reading minds? Predicting the future? Arnold was pretty sure those things were impossible, even for the Great Louweezie. Weren't they? What do you guys think? Do you think that Louise can do it? Do you think she can predict what Arnold is thinking of? Let's find out. Chapter 2. The Great Louweezie looked Arnold up and down. You're thinking about star, jar, car, mar. Arnold nodded expectantly when he heard mar. A car? No, said Arnold. A carnival? No. A carton of milk? Close, said Arnold, to make her feel better. But no, the Great Louweezie stomped her foot. "I told you," she said, "it doesn't work without the 10 cents. "I could give you a marble," said Arnold. He hadn't planned on offering it, but all that thinking about it made the word just roll out of his mouth. "Which marble?" asked the Great Louweezie. "Your big red shooter?" "No." Arnold took his lucky marble out of his pocket, regretting the offer already. "But you have to actually predict something that's going to happen to me today." "It's not a very big marble," said the Great Louweezie. "Oh, okay," said Arnold, feeling relieved. "But it is a nice color," said the Great Louweezie added, "so it's a deal." "It has to be a real prediction," said Arnold, "not just that I'm going to sneeze or something obvious like that." Arnold sneezed a lot. "It's a deal," repeated the Great Louweezie. Okay, so she's holding onto the marble, but in order to keep it, she has to make a prediction. She has to guess something that actually is going to happen in the future. Do you think she can do it? Let's find out. Chapter 3. The Great Louweezie closed her eyes, then opened them. "You're too right side up." Arnold lowered his hands to the ground. He kicked his legs up toward the darkening sky. The scent of wild onions tickled his nose. Perfect. The Great Louweezie closed her eyes again. The Great Louweezie is getting something. It's still fuzzy. A cat, or maybe a dog. She opened her eyes. I forget, where was I? Cats, dogs, right. Cats and dogs, hats and frogs. Arnold felt a raindrop. "Louise, it's starting to rain. Bats and logs." Another raindrop landed in Arnold's upside-down nose. "Ah! Ah! Achoo!" Arnold toppled over. Thud. Oh, poor Arnold. "A raid makes me sneeze," he muttered. "Everything makes you sneeze," she said. "I want my marble back," said Arnold. "I want to go home." "You can't go. Please, give me one more chance." Arnold sighed. "Okay," she said. "The Great Louweezie needs you to do this." She spun in place. Slowly, Arnold did the same. "Faster! Now follow me. Can you guys spin in place? Like Louise and Arnold." He's looking dizzy. Faster! Chapter 4. The Great Louweezie ran down to the creek. There she is, and there's the creek. She danced across it, hopping from stone to stone. Carefully, Arnold tried to follow. And up, and then she took a flying leap off a big, slippery rock. Arnold made it to the big, slippery rock. But before he could jump to the next rock like the Great Louweezie, one foot slid out from under him. Whoa! Then the other. Whoa! And then... whoa! Splash! Oh, poor Arnold. He's in the pond, and he is not happy sitting in the creek. "Don't worry, I've got you," said the Great Louweezie, guiding Arnold to dry land. "And I've got it, too." "My marble?" "No, silly, my prediction." "Great," said Arnold. "Tell me quickly so I can go home." The Great Louweezie grinned. She stood tall to make her announcement. Cats and dogs meant it is going to rain cats and dogs. The Great Louweezie's prediction is that you are going to get wet and have fun. For your information, I am already wet, and being wet is not my idea of fun, he said. So the Great Louweezie is half right? Marble, demanded Arnold. Chapter 5. When Arnold got home, he curled up in front of the fire. When he woke up, he was warm and dry. Outside, the rain was still coming down, hard. Cats and dogs, Arnold thought. It's raining like cats and dogs. He took out his marble and polished it. It shone like a lucky marble. It shone like a wet stone in a creek. It shone like his best friend's eyes. Who do you think Arnold's thinking about right now? Arnold sighed. He put the marble in his pocket. Then he went back outside. Great Louweezie, he called. A sad voice answered, There is no one here by that name. Arnold peeked inside her doorway. Louise, I'm glad I found you. I have something for you, Arnold said, holding out, what's that, you guys? His lucky marble. Louise looked at the marble, then at her friend. The Great Louweezie's prediction came true, said Arnold. You're just saying that to make me feel better, said Louise. No, I'm not, insisted Arnold. You were right. I did get wet. And then I took a nap in front of my fireplace, which is what I do for fun. So all the things you said would happen did. See? Louise brightened a bit. I think so. And now I'm wet again. But I'm also having fun, because I always do when I'm with my best friend, said Arnold. You mean the Great Louweezie's prediction came true twice? She said. Arnold nodded. So you're giving me 2 marbles? Oh, said Arnold. Yeah, I guess so. It's okay, you can owe me one, offered Louise. And maybe if it stops raining tomorrow, I could do some more predictions. How about if we have a picnic instead? Can I wear my cape? Of course, said Arnold, pulling his head out. Louise ran outside and twirled excitedly. The Great Louweezie predicts that our picnic will be a fabulous success. Let me get one more picture of Arnold and Louise twirling happily in the rain. And that is the story of Arnold and Louise, the Great Louweezie. One of the things that I love best about books in general, and certainly about the Arnold and Louise books, is that they give you a really great opportunity to step into someone else's world and play pretend with them. Arnold and Louise get to play pretend with each other, and you can play pretend by playing that you're Arnold and Louise. I have cousins. They are living in Portland, Oregon, and their names are Rory and Charlotte and Audrey, and the 3 of them all play Arnold and Louise together almost every day. And so I am suggesting to you that you might want to pick up a stick next time you're anywhere sticky, put on a cape. Anytime you find yourself with something capey, this you might have noticed was formerly a towel pinned in place with a clip, and see what you can do with your imagination and a story that begins with a book and continues with you. So that is my challenge to you this week. Playing pretend by being a character in the book and see where the story takes you. So, I'm going to say thank you for joining me once again for Arnold and Louise here at Winging It. I will show you my Arnold and Louise, who you see up here. This is my bear, and this is a stand-in for a chipmunk. It's actually a marmot. But doesn't she look a lot like Louise? So the two of them are standing with the 3 other Arnold and Louise books, which I might read on another day on another episode of Winging It. So as I always do, I'm going to encourage you to read and to write and to imagine and to wash your wings. And if you want to watch Winging It videos, they are available on my website, and you can watch all of them again and again and again. And so have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday at 2. Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.